Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 2 of our first special Sun and Moon base set and on format tournament that happened at Die Hard Games on June 13th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. Our second special Sun and Moon base set and on format tournament will be Thursday, September 19th at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games. Go see more info in this video's description and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as league challenges, league cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game. On the left, Lost March. On the right, Dialga V Star. Origin form Dialga V Star, of course. I believe that's what they started in the active spot. Sorry about the glare. Looks like our Dialga player is starting us off here with an energy attachment actually to the active Beldum. Okay, there's a Beldum in the active spot. My apologies. And a pass. Ouch. No Dialga V down. It's time for our Lost March player to pounce here as they activate Emolga's Nuzly Gathering ability. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Pokemon that has the Nuzzle attack. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. The Lost March deck, of course, does damage based off of how many Pokemon you have in the Lost Zone. So this is a way to get Pokemon out of the deck easily to put into the Lost Zone somehow, I imagine. Another Emolga was found off of that Nuzly Gathering and then discarded with the Mysterious Treasure. Mysterious Treasure allows the player to search their deck for a Dragon or Psychic type Pokemon at the cost, of course, discarding a card. So the Mogo is discarded, and that Tapu Lele GX was found with that Mysterious Treasure. Tapu Lele GX was then put onto the bench, activating its Wonder Tag ability. When you put it onto the bench, Wonder Tag activates. You can search your deck for a supporter card, and what better supporter for a Lost Zone deck than that now classic, Course Experiment. So our Lost March player is definitely having a more productive turn than our Dialga player, sadly. We'll see if they can bring it back, as our Lost March player is sure to sufficiently randomize this deck here. Not going to play Course Experiment yet, actually going to activate Trumbeak and its ability, Mountain Pass. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon's in your hand, you may reveal it, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and put this Pokemon in the Lost Zone. If your opponent has no cards in their deck, you can't use this ability. So you get a little information from the top of your opponent's deck, but most importantly, you get a Pokemon sent to the Lost Zone for free. So that's why that Stage 1 Trumbeak is played in this deck here. We looked at the top card of the opponent's deck. Next, we played a Course Experiment to look at the top 5 cards of the deck. Keep 3 of them and send 2 to the Lost Zone. Here, I think our Lost March player is trying to target Lost March Pokemon, or excuse me, just any Pokemon to send to the Lost Zone, like those Emolga, but no hits there, just a couple of trainer cards. Keeping the other 3 cards, though, a Level Ball is found. That allows the player to search their deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less. So I imagine another Hoppip will be found here to put onto the bench. Hoppip evolves into Skiploom with the cool Floral Path to the Sky ability, which we'll get into when it becomes relevant. But for now, we're passing back to our Dialga player. Let's see if they can find the Dialga and any more Beldum during this turn. Now, Dialga V is found, so that's good. An energy attachment to it would be nice, but lots of energy in the hand, so we've got the energy attachment. Is there anything else? Buddy Buddy Poffin or Nest Ball to find more Beldum would be good. a supporter to draw more cards. Maybe I saw a research, but um, it wasn't wanting to be played here because they didn't want to throw away the cards in hand. I'm not quite sure though. Let me know if you guys know in the comments. Either way, it looks like Beldam attacked Amoga for a dice worth of damage, and things are passed back over to our Lost March player here as they bench a Shuppet, evolve that Hoppip into Skiploom, and use Floral Path to the Sky. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a jump bluff. Put this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone and put that jump bluff in its place. So you see it does a couple things here. It gets two more Pokemon into the Lost Zone, Skiploom and Hoppip, and then it also brings out the main attacker, Jump Bluff. With the Lost March attack for 1 grass energy, 20 times the amount of Pokemon, except Prism Star Pokemon, in the Lost Zone. Looks like there are 3-ish. I think there are 3 Pokemon in the Lost Zone with that here. So 60 damage is what Lost March is swinging for currently. Not a lot, and the Jump Bluff only has 70 HP as well, but it's definitely a glass cannon deck. You know, it leads to inevitability of lots of Pokemon in the Lost Zone by the end game. Lots of damage that means, and next is Course Experiment. Look at the top 5, remember. Send 2 to the Lost Zone and keep the 3. 2 more Pokemon put into the Lost Zone there. So 3, 4, 5. 5-ish is our count now, as another Skiploom is found, evolved on the bench, and instantly they're debating on using the Floral Path to the Sky. Yes, we do it. Floral Path to the Sky. Send that Skiploom to the Lost Zone, find a Jump Bluff from the deck, and put it onto the bench here. So perfect turn 2. I think our Lost March player would think for themselves here, as another Trumbeak is played, using its ability Mountain Pass to send it to the Lost Zone and peek at the top card of the opponent's deck. 6 Pokemon in the Lost Zone now. Grass energy attached to that Jump Bluff. The Amoga free retreats into that Jump Bluff, and we're swinging for like 120-ish damage. Close to a 2-shot, if not a 2-shot. Oh, no, oh yeah, I keep thinking there's a Dialga V in the active spot. It's actually that Beldam. So, yeah, more than enough damage to KO the 70 HP Beldam, as the Palkia V stomps into the active spot and play resumes over on its side. Energy attached to that Dialga. Let's see. We can do its metal coating attack, so that's not the worst thing in the world, but we definitely want to just get more basics down. Oh, we evolve. Okay, we evolve into that V-Star. And we can start Metal Blasting for knockout, so that's good. That's some pressure. So the Dialga V in the active spot has the Metal Blast attack, 40 plus 40 more damage for each metal energy attached to it. There's 2 attached, so we're swinging for 80, enough to KO the 70 HP Jump Bluff, thankfully. I think the Jump Bluff has free retreat too, as one of the replacement one moves to the active spot and play resumes on its side. Another Trumbeak Mountain Pass is used here, sending it to the Lost Zone. 7-ish Pokemon in the Lost Zone here. I'm going to definitely work on getting good dice that I could see in the videos, as an Ordinary Rod is played now, shuffling some resources back into the deck from the discard pile. What was that? Energy and a couple Pokemon. Jump Bluff, Amoga, and Grass Energy. Yep, gets shuffled back into the deck. Amoga then uses its Nuzzly Gathering ability to find that Amoga that was just put back and add it to the hand. And our players making sure that they know what's in the deck before this next move of Mysterious Treasure, discarding that freshly found Amoga to search the deck for a Psychic type. That Banette evolves on the bench now with its Puppet Offering ability. I think we're going to see that pretty soon. You put the Banette and, of course, the Shuppet into the Lost Zone, and then you put a supporter card from your discard pile back into your hand. Lots of synergy going on here in this Lost March deck as Puppet Offering is activated. I've lost count of the cards in the Lost Zone, so we'll just do our best to move forward with the video as that full art, nice course experiments pulled out of the discard pile with the puppet offering and played here. Looking at the top 5 cards of the deck. I'm going to keep 3 of them and send 2 to the Lost Zone. Our player has to carefully choose how much Pokemon to give up, because once a card goes to the Lost Zone, it's there forever. Cannot be recovered with something like the Ordinary Rod, as that targets the discard pile. It looks like our player is favoring building up the Pokemon in the Lost Zone, as that's the name of the game with this deck, Lost March. Let's see if we can get a clear count here. No, way too fast for me. I could slow things down, but we're going to be a little lazy in the lab today and just rely on our players to keep things going, but we'll keep an eagle-eye view on the scene as a Pokemon Communication is now played. That item has you switch a Pokemon in your hand for a Pokemon in the deck. The Pokemon we don't need right now in the hand sent back to the deck in favor of that Sableye and its Lost Mine ability. I think we have way more than 10 cards in the Lost Zone, so its Lost Mine attack is online currently as a Grass Energy gets attached to the active Jump Bluff. And 13 times 2, 260-ish damage going on to that Origin Form Dialga V-Star. Either way, a 2-shot, it seems, as they resume play on their side, drawing a card. Oh, lots of energy in that hand, Super Rod, and something else potentially unplayable, so our player has no choice but just to keep attaching. Theme deck mode here, attaching energy once per turn. No making metal here today with that Metang. As we get the third energy on that Origin Form Dialga V-Star attack, with its Metal Blast attack for more than enough to KO the 70 HP Jump Bluff, and play resumes over on its side. That Sableye moves into the active spot. Psychic Energy attached to that Sableye. Like I said, there's more than 10 cards in the Lost Zone, so we can attack with Lost Mine. Put 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. 12 damage counters must be enough to clean up the KO on this Dialga V-Star here for the game. I'll make sure that our opponent agrees, with that result here. But I think we've seen the end of the game here. Our Lost March player is definitely explaining everything that they're doing carefully to the Dialga player. Make sure we keep things nice and clean here at the Thursday League tournaments. Is it enough? The suspense is killing me. Yeah, I think so. And I think that Sableye cleans up the game there for our Lost March player. What do you think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.